excited! Next week, I go on vacation. I'm so excited that I forgot to introduce myself. Hi, my name is Kim, and this is K Montes Art Studio. So I'm going back to my motherland, Puerto Rico. So excited. Oh my God, I can't wait. I've had the longest month of July and June in my entire life. And I have been dying to go on vacation. The last time I went was 2019 for my 30th birthday. I just turned 34. It's long overdue, and I have all the supplies in front of me that are gonna come with me. So I did a little bit of research, and some of the people were saying don't take paint if you don't want it to get confiscated. Some people were saying a certain amount of paint is okay. Other people were saying if you are going to take paint, make sure you put it in your luggage. So the paint is not coming with me. From what I was reading, this size paint is a little too large, whereas this gouache Holbein tube is just right. So I'm not sure what's the truth or not, and I just am not gonna risk it. So that's a huge size difference, which it makes sense. Like, this is just enough. So I'm just not gonna take it. I'm gonna take dry watercolor pans, and a couple other mediums. So let's dive into our supplies. I think I overpacked. I don't think I overpacked. We're fine. Okay, let's dive into it. Okay, so here's pretty much everything. And I think I have just one too many color pencils. But let's start. Where can we start? I'm actually gonna start with the sketchbook. So let me move all this stuff aside. Okay, so let's start with sketchbooks. So I have this Royal Talents Art Creations sketchbook. So I have actually two, a new one and a small one. So this one is, I believe, a 4x4. I love this paper. I love that it's a cream tone. And this one's good for quick, fast sketches, trying to capture something really fast. So I started that one, and this one I can take in a little bag with just a couple supplies. Then I found this one, even after I said in last week's video that I wouldn't buy another sketchbook because I have so many books that I have halfway done, and this is one of them. This book has about maybe a handful of pages left. So my goal while over there is to finish up this book because I think it's possible. And this is a Hanamola watercolor. I'm not even sure what kind of weight this is, but anyways, this is Hanamola watercolor paper. I believe it might be 100% cotton, but I'm not 100% sure. So yeah, this is another one I'm going to take, and my goal is to finish at least this one. So these are both semi-started. Then I have watercolor paper. So this is individual paper, and my goal with this is possibly to create little paintings, if need be, leave them behind with my family and leave them like a little treasure kind of thing. And this rips off in the corner. So this is a watercolor block, Aquarello. Love this paper. Fabriano 140 pound paper. Excellent paper. So that's a small little watercolor pad. Then I have these two new sketchbooks that I want to get started because why not? This one's from Hobby Lobby Master Touch. I actually got 2 of these for the price of 1. And this is also watercolor paper. Let's see what it says here. 140-pound watercolor paper, probably not as high quality as the Aquarello. The way this watercolor paper is, it's so this sheet is 1 full spread of watercolor paper, whereas this front sheet is actually like softer paper. I'm not sure how they bounded this book. So then it's like every other page is a watercolor sheet. So I could use one side for mixed media and another C, and then like it flips. So like these both spreads are smooth. So I don't know. We'll see how that works. So it gives you options on texture. But I would like to get this one done because there's so little paper. There are only 48 pages. So maybe we can get that one done if I sketch enough every day. So this one's not high quality paper, but fun. Then I have this Royal Talents art creation. Again, same type of paper. This I just brought as backup if I'm sick of the watercolor paper, because I have 3 watercolor papers and only 1 multimedia paper, and they are there. So that's sketchbooks. Let's jump into the materials. Unfortunately, my microphone died at this point. I'm not sure what exactly I was saying, but I'll try to reiterate what I remember. So I decided to take these metal palettes that include my Daniel Smith watercolor. I love Daniel Smith watercolor. It's great quality, super pigmented, and I love everything about them. So this particular pan, I have my warmer colors, all my yellows and blues and greens. The only exceptions are that purple that I was pointing at, and that's quinacridone purple. In this palette, I have all of my brighter tones and more of the color palette that I'm in at the moment. So I brought both of them because I'm not sure what style I'm interested in creating. Usually with the warm tone palette, I like to create traditional landscapes, more representational things. And then with the brighter color palette, I like to, be more expressive, more freer with the design. So I am also bringing this additional watercolor palette, and I purchased this one at my local art store, Artisan and Craftsman, and also excuse my funky little toes that I'm just now realizing are making it into the video. I clearly don't have socks of the day for this video, but that's totally fine. Moving back into the art supplies, this particular palette was only $11 and a couple cents in American dollars. So let's jump back into the actual voice of the video. And these have a bunch of different colors. And I love that it's organized for me already. And, warms and cools and neutrals over here. So this is probably a primaries, neutrals, warms, cools, greens. So I love that. And then they kind of just close right up. Like, I love the aspect of them being stackable and very easy to travel with. So if I wanted to, I could just take either these 2 or these 2, and I'd be good for like a quick session. So those are the watercolors. And I have my oil pastels. I I have to confirm if, I don't think they're flammable, but I did hear that bringing oil paints is a no. So this is something that I might confirm. Worst case scenario, if it gets confiscated, I'm okay with losing this because it wasn't terribly expensive. Hoping that this is fine. I have to confirm though. But this is a small little oil pastel palette, and I'll be bringing that. And that's super fun. So I have variations. Next is these. You'll notice that a lot of the things I'm bringing are either super cheap or I have a lot of the things. So this is actually very cheap, $7. And I just purchased this also. So I don't think this will get confiscated because they're markers, but I love the color variation. Since I'm in the bright realm era in my paintings right now, this would be perfect to create different bright preliminary sketches to bring home eventually and make them into larger paintings. Also, my niece can use these and I won't feel like cringy because they're technically kid markers, watercolor, but you know, we can share. Then I have these. So this is actually not Crayolas. This had lip smacker Crayola shaped lip chapstick is what it's called. I don't know why I'm blanking on the name, but I have broken off Caran d'Ache ink tints in here. So if this happens to get confiscated, at least I have another half saved in my closet. So I usually keep the darker colors on top. One day something happened and I think I put this one particular wet and it got ruined. So ink tints are so fun. If you haven't tried them, definitely check them out. And then I have a graphite water-soluble lead in here, just for drawing. Okay, moving on. I have my Derwent color pencils. Couldn't decide which ones to take, so I'm bringing all of them. So I have two brands in here of Derwent. So I have the color soft and then the lighter orange. So let's do that. So the Derwent color soft are the burgundy brown looking ones, and then the Derwent drawing are the what is this color? Burnt umber, raw umber, one of those. So these are the two brands I'm bringing. They actually are very different. I love the drawing ones. I love how thick, you can even see the difference in lead. I love how thick the drawing ones are. They're smoother, much more fun. I wish they had them in every single color. And the color soft are softer, of course, but just a little bit more rough. It's like hard to explain because it's like soft, rough kind of thing is backwards, but these come in a lot more brighter colors. This is the reason why I'm bringing both sets. And these are much muted, more earth tone. So you can see where I'm going. I have earth tone, bright tones, and everything has, you know, options for those things. So those are all of my coloring materials. And this, I'm gonna probably have to put a rubber band on because it's not closing, but that is that. So let's move into the tools. All right, so here is our toolkit and also our pencils and pens. So for pencils and pens, I guess we can go this way. I have two whites, color pencil white, just in case if I need to do highlights. I love these jelly rolls. They're fun to doodle with on black paper. Then I have, of course, my favorite pencil, Kimberly General Pencil.co 4H. My favorite lead, my favorite pencil. Love this pencil. Then I have a General's color text, and this is just a red pencil lead with an eraser, pretty good. And a General eraser, pencil style. Then I have some microns. I don't actually really use microns as much, but when I'm doing sketches, I do like to gravitate towards microns. For example, that's actually pen. This sketch here, I use microns. So if I'm in the mood to just do something quick and just capture the idea, I'll use a micron. So I have two colors, gray and black, and I'm actually interested in grabbing my brown tone ones. And then the sizes that I have are that says 10. I have a 01, and then I have a 03, two 05s, and this is actually a brush pen, so this will be fun. This, I love these pens. These pens are actually very cheap. I bought a pack of these for like $3 with a bunch of different colors. I'm only taking these 4. This is like a pink highlighter, sort of pink, you know, my favorite fuchsia pink. Then I have purple, orange, and green. And then I brought all of my mild liners in variations of pink. So because of my new body of work is focusing a lot on undertoning in pink, I was figuring to bring different pinks. And this is my clear container, and it doubles as a paint palette. Clearly I did not clean it off, and well, I won't be using paint anyway, so I can just leave that there as a decorative portion. So that is my clear container. Then I have this. It's like a Bagoo. Actually, it's not Bagoo brand. This is Chico bag, and this is a little sack thing that you can pull out, and it turns into a bag. And then if you need to put it away, you can. So that's that. I brought extra crayons for my niece. I'm gonna grab a sketchbook for her too. Pearl, pastel, and metallics, just in case if she wants to make art with me. Then over here we have our paintbrushes and things. So I have 3 water paintbrushes. These are the Pentel brushes, and I brought my used one. So this is a very small one. This is actually the small one. Fine. And I emptied out the water from what I was reading. I did not empty out this one. From what I was reading, they mentioned to make sure that anything that holds water, to remove it, and so that you don't, get in trouble. So this one's large. I wanted to pull out my brand new ones, but just in case if anything gets lost, I don't feel precious about a lot of these things. I would be sad if they got confiscated, but these are going to be my carry-ons. And then I have the Derwent. Forgot to show you this one. This one's like a medium Derwent. This, I actually love this dropper. So this helps a lot to fill these. So whenever, instead of like trying to struggle, you just grab the water and you fill this up. This I purchased on Amazon. I had a bunch of these. I did a plant event, and this was to like put water into the plant, and I figured it'd be useful for that. Then I also have this spray bottle, which is perfect, just making sure it doesn't have water, perfect to re-wet the watercolor palette. Here I have my little rag, and most of this is watercolor stain, so this rag is actually really soft. Usually when I use my acrylic paint, the acrylic tends to stiffen the rag and it does not become usable for any other paints other than acrylic. So this one's all watercolor. And I can reuse these over and over again, except for when the acrylic rags get a little too crunchy, I have to toss them, but at least they're more reusable than paper towels. Then I have my travel watercolor good brushes. These are animal hair. I think they're squirrel. This is a size 4. This one is a size 8. I love this one the most. And then this one's the largest one, and this is a size 12. Haven't used these in a while, but bring them just in case. We'll see what type of landscapes I get inspired by over there. And lastly, I have these two things here. So this was actually my Daniel Smith's container, and I had a couple paints that came in here, but I figured I'd use it. I have my Arches sticker that does not pertain to anything in here. So here I have sharpener, which I'm kind of nervous about. They mentioned like no sharpeners, but I figured if they see it in the Daniel Smith thing, okay, worst case scenario, these were like $1. I can always buy one over there and then just leave it over there. Then I have my kneaded eraser, pretty new. There's a piece of glitter on it. I hate glitter. I have my clip just in case. And then I have a white eraser, my mono eraser. This one's pretty good. So those stay in there. And then here, which I'm considering to also put, I guess this is fine. So in here I have my washi tape. I have 2 sets just in case if I run out of one. And what I'm thinking about is if I need to store my shavings, I can always take these out and store my sharpener and shavings in here. And this little can I got from Five and Below, and it had candy in it. So those are all the supplies that I will be bringing with me. So let's take a look again at all the things.
So that concludes today's video. If you have any questions about any of these supplies, or if you want to see a review on any of the supplies, definitely leave a comment below. And as always, like and subscribe, and thank you for watching. This video will be released during the time I'm over in my vacation. So I hope you have a good one, and I'll catch you in the next one.